Green light. Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Cicero Planning Board meeting. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Mr. Bloss.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First order of business is the approval of the March 1st Planning Board minutes. Any questions or comments?
Will they be approved as printed?
Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Abbey?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Bloss?
Yes.
And I vote yes, minutes are approved. Next, we'll open the meeting to public comment. If there's anybody in the audience that would like to address the board, this is the time to do so. Given nobody is approached, we'll close the public input and move on to the first agenda item. This is for a site plan review. It's a proposed pool installation service and repair company for 5472 Miller Road. This is a continuation. Oh, yeah.
Good. Good evening. Pat Reynolds with INUZ and Romans, representing the applicant. Since the last meeting, we mainly went back and forth with the applicant about ideas to change up his facade to what is we'll refer to as the former church. He has scrapped the idea of doing the grand facade on there and instead plans on just re-siding the existing building. Across the front, he's going to be adding a stone veneer, and then we will be installing more of a commercial entrance that has windows along both sides. I'm looking at the floor plan, and the size as I have shown there seems like it'll work with no interference in any of the existing mechanical rooms or anything like that. I did on the pages with the building elevations, I have a little bit better of on page 4. A little bit better down in the bottom right corner. Example of of what the front would look like. Fortunately, I did not catch it until right before the meeting, but I did have 2 notes on there that got cut off in my CAD. I did bring 2 revised copies if you wanted to add them to your file. But basically the note on the left, I'm saying that that stone veneer is going to extend 5 foot down each side of the building. And then on the note on the right, I'm just saying that the siding is going to be replaced with a clapboard siding. As far as the actual site itself, we are now proposing concrete curb to be added on those interior islands within the parking lot, and we're going to be also adding concrete curb around the island that'll be between the 2 entrances. Aside from those changes, I don't believe there's anything new from the last meeting. We do have landscape bed around the sign at the intersection, but I believe I had that for the last meeting.
Is there a detail of the landscaping?
I just have on page 3, just a little like planning schedule showing what we're looking at and the amounts. I am not an experienced landscape architect. I'm just kind of looking for things that visually look good. So I have the note in there, comparable replacement. Just in case something is not going to work with something else on site. But they tend to be lower, more sprawling bushes, aside from the maple trees proposed in the parking lot. The shrubbery, looking at like a 3 to 4 foot shrub. For 'em.
Mark, we haven't received a letter from you on this, an updated review letter on the new set?
I provided an original review letter. I
Yeah,
don't think
okay.
I really need to do another one because I think the issues, at hand we're discussing right now really was architectural elevations and the curbing was brought up as a board comment.
Okay.
But I think everything else was okay in the letter.
Very good. Mr. Duval?
Yeah, the siding. Are you doing both sides and the back and the same material as you're using on the front?
That's correct. It'll have that clapboard siding. The whole building will be redone. And then that'll also help give it visually tie it in a little bit better than the pole barn in the back. And as I said, that stone is only going to go about 5 feet down the sides.
On each side?
Yes.
Okay,
Like 5 feet down the side. So it'll just wrap around the corner. And then once you get past that 5 feet, it'll just be the siding from the ground up.
okay. And what's the purpose of the islands in the parking lot?
It was just to break up the asphalt and give it a little bit of green space. That's all we were looking to do with that.
In the landscaping, is it gonna go just around the sign? I mean, what are you doing? Is there gonna be additional to what's?
So what I'm
Around the
proposing is
sign.
just a small little bed around the sign to kind of make that corner look a little bit nicer. And then we have some plantings just on the front of what the church building.
Now, is that the sign that's on 11?
That's correct. The
Okay.
intersection of 11 and Miller Road.
That used to be the church sign, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here,
Yep.
and then the landscaping right along in here.
That is, those are some existing evergreen trees that are running along Miller Road. I'm not proposing anything new along Miller Road.
Okay, I'm good.
Mr. Abbey?
You mentioned clapboard, but John, wood, vinyl, aluminum?
Those details weren't provided to me. I'm assuming it's going to be an engineered siding. It's not an aluminum. I can get those details for you.
Maybe a hardboard of some sort.
That's what I'm thinking, but not an actual.
Okay, just curious. Are they proposing having any samples in the ground? Pools?
No, there won't be any pool samples set up, anything like that. No displays out.
Okay. Will the signage out front say just what type of business are we
Yep.
offering?
So on page 3. On the left side, I've got just that double face sign. It's just gonna say the premium pools. And just whatever they're currently using as their
There'll be a sign on the building like that, and the sign on the corner be the same?
that's correct. Yeah,
The interior lit or not?
no lighting.
Okay, no ground lighting or,
Nope.
all right, thank you.
Mr. Snyder?
Have you told us or brought a sample of the color of the siding?
I have not.
That's kind of something we like to look at and, likes to include it in proposals. Other than that, I guess I'm okay.
Mr. Bloss?
I'm all set.
Mrs. Hogan?
Yes, do you have it noted here where the sugar maples are gonna be planted? Could you show me?
Yep, so we're gonna have them in the 2 islands in the parking lot.
Okay,
And then I believe that's what we. Yeah, one up on the corner of the,
okay,
And then those two.
okay. Yeah, because those are the only high plantings that you have. Everything else is low.
That's correct. Yep.
Is there a reason for that?
Not necessarily.
Okay,
I didn't want to. As far as getting into the site, moving out towards 11, there's a lot of existing trees. Now I know around where the sign is towards the intersection, it's a little bit more open. It's kind of a lower wet area. And that as I was seeing would really be one of the areas that would benefit from some trees.
Okay.
But I didn't want to get into necessarily any sort of site issues with site distances if somebody was trying to pull out of Miller Road. So I was really trying to focus everything along the front of what the parking lot was going to be. Right along Miller Road on the south side of Miller Road, there's utilities running up through there. So I didn't want to propose really any trees that were going to go along the front of the site.
okay. And no trees are gonna be torn down?
No. The landscape that's currently around the church, that stuff is going to be removed.
Okay,
And then those trees that you can see, the taller trees along the side of the building, the grading and things like that that I'm proposing should not get into that, affect those at all.
okay. And then, sorry, I know someone asked about the lighting. Is the parking lot lit where they're gonna be parking?
There's no lighting proposed in the parking
Or is
lot.
that, and what are the business hours?
Business hours are, sorry. 7 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
Okay. Okay, that's it for me.
It looks like there's existing lighting in the parking lot.
Yeah, it looks like there is. I'm sorry, I did not have that on my unfortunately, I don't have any details about what that is, what kind of fixture it is.
Where are we with this? Do we need them to come back with? How about the siding issue?
What I have now is from the comments, was the existing trees along the center area will remain. There's no exterior display of tools or equipment on the site. And the side and in the core of the siding. If you're just trying to limit from loud or.
There is a color, just not the material.
Semi-represented, right, exactly.
It has to conform substantially to what.
But I think the color.
Yeah, I agree with that. So as far as material,
I think we're okay as far as the color of material. I don't know.
The pole barns are gonna obviously be steel. And you mentioned clapboard, but as Chuck mentioned, are we looking at potentially vinyl? Or is it gonna be?
we don't know.
Right.
I apologize about that. When I heard
It's okay.
clapboard, I assumed engineered siding, but I don't want to speak for them. And
I understand.
That's really your call if you want to see that.
Do notice the front is horizontal siding and the sides are vertical. That intended?
so as far as the existing church building, I only drew up that front building elevation.
Okay.
The rest of the buildings on there are the elevations are for the pole barn. And then that will be, as Steve said, the steel siding, which is typically vertical.
Okay. Okay. I was also curious, are they selling pools there too, or just offering installations of pool from someplace else?
So currently, right now, he's installing pools for Liverpool Pool and Spas. He's contracted to do that.
I see.
He can sell pools and he's intending to sell and install his own pools. but he has no intentions to have any outdoor displays.
Okay, thank you. So I'm good to go, assuming everybody else is.
Yeah.
Make a motion for our standard seeker. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Abbey,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
Mr. Bloss.
Yes.
And I vote yes on the seeker. Neil, would you propose a motion for approval, please?
Yes, you're gonna move for the adoption of a resolution approving the application known as Jason and Branty Premium Pools of CNY 5472 Miller Road, proposed pool installation service and repair company. This approval is strictly conditioned on the following: one, the color schemes and renderings and or elevations as presented by the applicant to the planning board in regard to this application shall be incorporated by reference into this site plan and the board's approval thereof. Accordingly, the actual project must substantially conform to the items as presented herein. Two, the existing trees along the sign area will remain. And three, there will be no exterior display of pool or equipment at the site.
Would somebody like to make that a motion?
So move.
Have a second?
Second.
Mr. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Abbey,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
Mr. Bloss.
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda, the applicant is my brother, so I'm going to recuse myself and turn the meeting over to the deputy chair, Mr. Snyder.
Are you going to stay there and have
I'm going to stay here.
Ms. Hogan?
This is, yeah, I'm going to stay here.
Okay, again, Pat Reynolds with I News and Romans representing the applicant. We are currently just seeking a extension of the site plan. Our applicant is working on getting his architecturals drawn up. And the architect has promised a delivery of the first week of April. Which our 1 year will be up on April 6th. So we're looking to extend that. We're hoping to have those architecturals in and get the building permit before the site plan is up. However, we'd rather be safe than sorry and request that now.
So you propose no changes from the approval that he got for the roughly a year ago.
That's correct. There will be no changes proposed.
Mr. Duval, any questions?
No.
All set.
All set? Donald?
I'm all set.
Ashley?
All set?
Steve, any question?
No, thank you.
Okay. Neil, would you,
You're gonna move to adopt a resolution approving the site plan extension application known as Marzullo LLC, Dave Marzullo, 6420 State Route 31, proposed addition.
do we have a motion?
I'll
That's
make
in
a
the form
motion.
of a motion.
I'll second.
Jim?
Yes.
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 Ashley?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Thank you.
You,
I'll take back over.
you take back the gavel, please.
Next one is also a site plan extension. This is for Copper Top Tavern at 7777 Bruton Road. Can't believe these have been a year.
Mark Pearson with Shopper Architects representing the client. We basically had some delays in getting the subdivision filed. And so that's recently been done. And we're looking to sometime this summer do the extension of the cooler freezer. And then the parking lot will follow after that. So we're just looking for an extension of the site plan approval.
Mr. Duval, any questions?
No.
Mr. Abbey,
All set.
Mr. Snyder?
You said you had a delay in.
Yeah, it was my fault.
There's a time limit on when that has to be done. Did we missed the time?
This was
or
a
we
simple
didn't?
subdivision. It was a combination of the parcels. So. Right. So they,
I'm done.
I'm all set.
Ashley,
I'm all set. Thank you.
Steve,
nothing.
Yeah. Mark? I have nothing either. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Abbey,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
Mr. Bloss.
Yes.
And I vote yes. I just want to make a comment. Or maybe a question. You know that Royal Car Wash is now pursuing the corner lot? Did you know that?
We've heard that, yes.
And you've been asked to contact you or your client regarding a cross connection. They can only exit that property heading west on Bear Road. Which means that if somebody wants to head east on Bear Road or head north on Route 11, they have to go down, turn around somewhere else, maybe through Copper Top. And a cross connection there would work really well. I know you tried last time with the prior applicant and it didn't work out. And they're supposed to reach out to you folks. So if, you know, for public safety, for traffic, that helps everybody throughout that district, that area. Other areas, other businesses have gone along with it and done it, and it helps everybody. Public safety, benefit for your customer. And I think they might give you a free car wash, but if anything can be done with that, we would really appreciate it. It would be helpful to. the
As
entire
far as I
board.
know, as of Monday, no one has reached out to the owner.
Well, I do know he's talked with staff there, but not been able to get in touch with the say he's spoken with the general manager, and two other people at the
At the
restaurant.
site.
Yeah, at the site, but been unsuccessful in actually speaking with. I think you might be able to facilitate that.
They have offices over on Fly Road. I mean, I just walk in there anytime and talk to
Yeah, I
them.
mean, I have no clue.
Since you're engaged by him, maybe you could help us out and actually have that conversation, at least, report back on where.
I very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes our agenda. Any questions, comments, discussion? You know, some of you went to the training session.
That was very
I
nice.
got good reports.
Yep, you did.
Mhm.
I didn't. Anybody else? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.